What's up YouTube, Playmatter here, and today I've got this duel on double speed for you. This is literally the saltiest guy in the world. I played him yesterday, we had a really nice game. I can't remember who won, but it was a really good game. And today he's just kind of, I don't know, not feeling particularly happy about anything. So I'm like, hi there. Trying to say things that make him remember who I am, because these are things I said last time we had a game. Then he does this kind of weird thing where he sets 4 back row, adds them all back to hand, and then plays Rota, and it's like, okay, fine. I'm not going to call you out on that because it's the beginning of a game, and if I'm going to be like that, then you're going to be like that, and there's no need for all that, really. So I've got my Sanctum, play Sanctum to get the moral attack, popping in his guy, just so he's not got any of his live counter traps. So send Beast, get Beast Falcon, and then I think I send a Hedgehog, just to keep that hand size really high, adding a Beast to hand. So it's like, okay, I've got like 2 or 3 turns of Beast is the idea. Not a great draw into Beagle Tack. I try a Black Rose first, just because I know he must have a response to Black Rose. If he doesn't, it's game. Yeah, Black Rose goes, and I get a breakthrough on my Beast, that's fine. Go ahead and Mathematician instead. I could have gone for Falco, but he just decided to pop a back row and keep his back row to a minimum so that I can resolve my artifact stuff. So I bring out the moral attack. He obviously gets his effect off. He thinks that moral attack is triggering here, but it's actually not. It doesn't activate until the new chain. After a moment, I explain that to him. He's like, oh, okay, fine. Puts the card to the back of the top of his deck. Gets his Deneb. I ask him not to shuffle because, I don't know what card he has, but he does, and otherwise he could just shuffle back a bad card. So, yeah, Moral Attack's still going to get stopped, that's fine. There's no one talking in the Watchers chat yet, so I'll take the draw, take the 200 damage, and try and attack. Yep, go through. Set my own Beast, so I've got try and go for Beast again. And he has Call of the Haunted. So I'm like, okay, that's a shame. He's going to do some big stuff now. So he's got the Altair, Deneb, searching Vega. So I'm like, wow, his turn's going to be huge. So he's got Vega, Deneb, Altair, search. Compulse when he tries to pop my guy. Yeah, take that hit from the Altair. No, actually I don't. I Ignition onto my Beagle Attack. When you kill Beagle Attack, you can set your Moral Attack first. Beagle Attack activates in a new chain, meaning you can Beagle Attack the Moral Attack you've just set from the Ignition. Obviously making sure that this is all during their turn, otherwise none of this works. So he's got the breakthrough, which I knew he had, so I was like, okay, fine. But at least it stops him from attacking. Nom some Dragon. Just try and beat him out, because I don't want to leave him with too many options. And I obviously just keep the Diffusion in hand. He has Call again, so I'm like, fine, okay, Vega, yeah. Vega's getting that, that's getting that. I'm like, okay. So he's got all the options, never mind. Goes straight into Deltaros and goes to pop the Beagle Attack, so I'm like, fine, okay. Summons a Nook, sends Deneb, and attacks with both. I'm like, yeah, I can take that both. That's fine. Not in a great position here. I'm like 22 cards in deck, and 3 of them are Shaddoll Fusion. So What do I draw? Shaddoll Fusion. Awesome! Shuffle my hand to make him think that I haven't just topped it like a boss. So yeah, obviously that's strike number 1 as far as he's concerned with me. He doesn't have any response, so I'm like, wow, okay, I'm sending so much to the grave this turn. I've got, yeah. And then we have Falco Beast being sent, draw and Falco. Draw into Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted draw is fantastic as well. So I've got so many options with Call of the Haunted, depending on what he does next. He's only on 1600 because I've been beating the life out of him with stuff, and he compulses. So I'm like, okay, Chain Diffusion. Then I get my guys back, get them out in defense mode because unfortunately I didn't get a beast, which is obviously not big enough to beat over the Inuk, and I didn't want to trade. So I'm like, okay, well, he can't do loads of damage to me next turn because he's got a 3-card field to make his way through. He's obviously going to go for the Falco with the Deltaros, so I can be sure that Call of the Haunted is going to resolve. So I'm really glad about all of that. You know, he had Compulse. Shaddoll Fusion wasn't that good of a draw, but you know, never mind. It kept me in the game to this point, definitely. And there he is into... I'm just checking he hasn't got any more breakthrough, so I'm like, right, no way are you going to get that, no way am I going to let you resolve a Daigusto Emerald. As long as you don't have anything to stop me. So I'm like, sweet, kill the Daigusto Emerald. He's like, set 1, go. Like, okay, sweet, check your grave, draw. Drew Soul Charge, I'm like, wow. And he's like, oh, typical luck guy. Oh my god, all the answers. And I'm like, okay, well, if you've got an out for Volcasaurus, I've got a Soul Charge. I probably should have gone for a different play there actually. But when he said typical luck guy, I just knew that he didn't have anything, so I knew to go for the Volcasaurus. Whereas I probably would have gone for Pallades and attacked, or Pallades bounce one of his back row and then go for the Volcasaurus through Soul Charge. But yeah, he made it. Yeah, so here's a little bit of back and forth for you to enjoy between the two of us. Yeah, he's not happy. Oh, you net deck, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but you can see my deck right here. You can see it's not a net deck. You know, if you can link me to the deck that looks like this with main deck Diffusion, 2 Call of the Haunted and no Vanti's Fiend. One of the guys posts that in the chat box. So yeah, if you can, I was like, if you can link me to the list that has all of this stuff, you know, not main decking or siding any vanities, because yeah, no, because I really just don't. I want to top YCS London without vanities is the challenge and the goal really. It's not because I don't have. It's not because I don't have the option of playing them. It's not because I can't afford them. I've got friends that, you know, I don't own any, but I've got friends that can lend me a playset if I want to. So yeah, no, I just genuinely don't want to, and I side Decree as well. Like I want as few traps in the main deck as possible so that I can side into Decree smoothly. So he doesn't open Deneb, which is obviously really good for me because he doesn't get an instant +1. So he goes Inuk into Deneb. Sorry for top decking Diffusion. I'm just lightly trolling him right now. He's like, he's upset. We both know that I top decked the Shaddoll Fusion, and that's basically what pulled me back into that game. Drawing into the call from the beast, and yeah. So he's not really in the mood to talk to me now. So I'm like, okay, fine. He's like, you know, I wait for a response. I'm asking if it's okay. He's just like, okay, well, if I don't say or do anything, then you just have to do stuff and assume that it's going to resolve. Okay, so he's got the Shadow Mirror. It's like, that's not great, but I'll allow it. Not that I can do anything about it, to be fair. So Call of the Haunted for Deneb, so I'm like, okay, there's the +1. Now he's like 8 cards to 6 and about to kill my guy, and I'm like, okay. So I draw off that, take all this damage. I Decree on his end phase. Then I draw into Sanctum, and I'm like, oh no! And then he's like, standby phase MST. I'm like, awesome! Set my artifact stuff. Set Hedgehog, go! Because there's no. This is just perfect as far as I can. I was like, oh my god, you couldn't have done anything better. I've got another decree down there. Okay, so he goes Vega, gets his second and knockout. I'm like, right, okay. Sending another Neb. Goes into his battle phase. I'm like, awesome. Activate Sanctum. I know that his back row is probably not very good, and I've got Decree if he tries to break through me. No, he's not got a breakthrough in Graves, so we summon the... I'm waiting for his responses, and he's acting like I'm the dumb guy. So I summon the Beagle Tack, and I'm like, okay, target... well, obviously it doesn't target, but I tell him I'm targeting the back two, and then I just get out my Moral Tax, popping both of the Anuks. Not a lot I can do now. And the overlays for an Exciting Knight, I'm like, okay, so that kind of does, that is an issue. Never mind, we go, I let that resolve, I search off Hedgehog, I get my Falco, because I've got BLS in hand, so I'm like, okay, sick. Yeah, get the Falco, because I've got Beast Engrave as well. He's got one card in hand, and I've got a Sanctum, and I know that his card in hand is a Altair. So I'm like, banish that, set this, go. And he's like, Altair! And I'm like, okay, kill the Altair. I probably should have just killed the Neb at this point, but never mind. Like, it really wasn't that critical. I definitely should have killed the Altair though, just for the extra 1300 damage. Here's more of his complaining, more of his salt, and he's like, all the answers, you're so lucky, your deck sucks, just like you. And I'm like, really? So I get through the 3k damage. Yeah, like literally look at that. If I'd have just hit the Deneb instead of the Altair, then I would have had game. So it did matter. But I knew that I had game here. I was like, GG, too easy, just to really upset him. The comments are going hilarious right now. He's like, oh my god, draw a Regeki, and all this stuff is happening in the comments. And yeah, so he's like, banish the. He's got a different breakthrough. Oh no, I think it's the same breakthrough, but it's a different turn on the Vanity. Gets the effect off, and I'm like, okay. I knew that was going to happen, but. Guess what you should have two of in your extra deck. So he's like viewing his extra deck like, what can I do? Like Castell, send the BLS back to deck, then what? And then it's like, then I'm looking at the comments box and he's like, oh, Exciting Knight again. And he's like, he can't. And he's like, yeah. So everyone's like, what, loser? Yeah, Gerry-90, salty player. This is so going on YouTube. I just happened to be filming. I filmed like 3 games, one against Shaddoll, one against Light Swan, I think, and then against this guy. And I've not had any games online against Satellar yet. So yeah, there's some fantastic things happening in the comments box. They're asking me for my. So yeah, there's some fantastic things happening in the comments box. They're asking me for my. To a link to my channel, because I'm like, yeah, this is going on YouTube. They obviously all had a really fun game to watch. I think we got up to about 40 viewers. So yeah, he'll probably be a bit upset about that for the rest of the day. He's a high rating player, obviously. Like, he's got all the weird sleeves and donation profile pictures and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, a few people might know who he is. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you like this video, do subscribe, do hit that big old like button, and yeah, check out all my other videos. There's loads of videos, loads of deck profiles, loads of stuff about Yu-Gi-Oh! Theory. I'm doing stuff about side decking against the top 3 decks. So yeah, it's really worth checking out. Till next time, guys, Play Matter signing out.